Oh, and we're live. Welcome back for another stream, everyone. How are we all doing today? Big stream today. My wildcard is active, and I've made a couple of bold decisions on the wildcard, which I'll talk about plenty on this stream. This is how my team is lined up for this game week. So loads to talk about today. I'm off to the Bournemouth game as well later, so I'm looking forward to today. I'm going for Saka captain as well, since I'll be at the game, so I'll be cheering him on twice as loud. But welcome to the stream, everyone. Hope you're all doing well today. Thanks for swinging by. Lavina, Ozzy, Pokeme, FPL Mickey Mars, Andreas, Solzy. Is that Salad Fingers? Salad Fingers, Lilama, Oscar Kelly, Sassel, Ronnie, Chocolate Toast, Mo, WR, Bivek, and everyone else who's here for the stream. Welcome. How are we all doing? Anyone else on the wildcard? I wonder what the actual number of wildcards active will be, right? Because, you know, on Twitter, those of you that use Twitter, you get sort of stuck in like a feedback loop and like a bubble, I suppose. And it seems like everyone's on a wildcard. But I think in reality, it's going to be something like 20% overall. Not even that. Good timing. My mate's just messaged me as I've gone live, so I can't help him with his FPL team. Nightmare. Andreas is rolling. Austin's on a wildcard. Sam's on a wildcard as well. Yeah, my wildcard's active, and it does feel like the wildcard template is very strong. It kind of picks itself, so I've made a couple of small differences, which I think is enough to differentiate myself. But my plan is also to bench boost in Gameweek 27, not Gameweek 29. Charbel says it's 3:30, way too early for this. It's early here. I was up about 6:30 this morning to try and work out what I was going to do with my wildcard. I'm shattered already, and it's only 9:30. Anyway, about 3 hours of tinkering later, this is the wildcard I've arrived at. It's a bit different. I've got double Arsenal defence. There's pros and cons to that. You know, Bournemouth is a really good fixture on paper today, and Ødegaard obviously could get something there. The problem is that there's a lack of defensive options on the wildcard. You know, there's like Estepinian, he's an option, but I think Sanchez is a good pick. In my case, I want a bench boost, so I have to have Sanchez and Raya. I want 2 Brighton mids, so then it's like, do you double up on Brentford defence? I'm not sure if I'm convinced on that this week, so I've ended up with double Arsenal defence. Maddison comes in. I like Maddison because he plays in 28 as well, and he's got a really nice double in 29. So already before any transfers, this wildcard has 10 that plays in 28. I could make one transfer in 28. Probably, this is crazy to say, but probably Haaland to Watkins in 28, something like that. When Villa are home to Bournemouth. Mr. Stigsrud is on Ødegaard captain. Who are you guys captaining this week? I think it's going to be quite divided. If only if you watched the experts video, it was really divided. It was like 50% Haaland, 47% Saka, something like that. My chat's broken. Let me refresh the stream. There we go. Martinelli captain, yeah. Well, we'll talk about Arsenal in a minute. Nketiah is a doubt for the game, so I imagine Arteta lines up the same. Probably be Trossard up top and Martinelli, but Martinelli's been playing so advanced, I actually don't mind the Martinelli shout at all. Amy Pan says, how will you get Bruno next? So my loose plan is Haaland to Watkins in 28. I'll roll in Gameweek 27. There's no need to make a transfer right after a wildcard. That's a good rule of thumb, by the way. If possible, always set yourself up so you can roll after a wildcard. I don't really like to book in a transfer straight after a wildcard. So I'll roll in Gameweek 27. 28, I'll probably go Haaland to Watkins. And in 29, it'll probably look something like March or Matoma to Fernandes. And then one of the Arsenal defenders to Shaw. Let me check what I've got in the bank. So I've got 2 mil in the bank with this draft. So yeah, something like that is probably my loose plan. Maybe Saka to Fernandes. But obviously going Haaland down to Watkins is going to free up so much money that I'll be able to do anything I want in terms of getting Fernandes in. So yeah, the good news is that the first kickoff of the day is Man City. So we should get some early news. We should get a leak. Mainly, you know, does Haaland start? Does Mahrez start? Does Ake start? anything we get, it'll be closer to the deadline, and we'll share with you guys. So thank you for being here. Drop a like on the stream if you are enjoying it so far. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and all those good things. THJD says, is this smart? Wildcard in Gameweek 27, get loads of double Gameweek 29 players and free hit in 28. Avoid the blanks, bench boost 29 with Gameweek 27 team. So I don't think it is. I think if you're... The way that the blanks have fallen in 28, it's quite easy to get through now. I mean, my team, as I say, has got 10 already that play in 28. So it's a complete waste of free hit, basically. I wouldn't free hit in 28. Let me see if I can pull up the graphic from Mikhail Tokvan that just kind of shows you where the other blanks and doubles will be. I think this is it here. This is a good way to underline the importance of saving the free hit. Can you see that? Just about. So these are the projected fixtures for each game week for the rest of the season. So 27, 28, 29 are all locked in. It's not a massive blank in 28 now. You can get through it because we've got Leicester that play, we've got Spurs that play. So players like Maddison, Kane, and of course Brentford don't blank either. So you can have the likes of Tony, Ben Mee, Raya. That's 3 players there. So my free hit will probably be used in Game Week 32, which is going to be a blank game week, most likely for Brighton, Man United, Man City, probably those 3, and one of Leeds and Chelsea. And obviously, because Brighton have got so many postponements, they're likely to double in Game Week 31, maybe 30. So you could load up on Brighton here, free hit in 32, and then you get your Brighton players back, who are likely to have 2 further doubles in 34 and 37. So to answer your question, I would definitely not free hit in 28. It's just not needed now. It looked like it was going to be the way up until some FA Cup upsets. So no, save it. Let's do a news roundup because there's people asking about Shaw and a few other players. So we'll start with Man United. The news from the presser was that Sancho and Luke Shaw are expected to be back for the Liverpool game. So good news in particular for those of you that aren't on the wildcard, because I know Shaw is still a very popular pick. Not on the wildcard, but those of you that aren't on the wildcard probably still have Shaw. So he's expected back for the Liverpool game. I imagine he does start. Some Arsenal news. Nketiah is a doubt for the game against Bournemouth and will be assessed. That's today's game. I think, as I said earlier, I think Arteta lines up the same. I think it's going to be Trossard up top, Martinelli down the left. Probably unchanged from the last game, in honesty. Maybe Nketiah makes the bench. You know, if it's not broke, you don't need to fix it anyway. So even if Nketiah was okay, I don't think there's any reason to change the lineup. Chelsea news. Potter's revealed that Reece James is a doubt for this weekend with hamstring tightness. And Mason Mount will miss out entirely due to a minor injury. And obviously Thiago Silva's sidelined for around 6 weeks. I don't know why, but I was looking at Reece James and I've already had him twice this season and he's been injured twice. I briefly looked at him for a 3rd time, but I'm kind of glad he got the minor problem there to force him out of our thinking. And lastly, some Brighton news. Solly March and Estepinian both able to play in today's game, which is good news. They were both yellow flagged and both not in the FA Cup game midweek. But both are okay for the game, so that's good news. Brentford game off. I haven't heard that anywhere. Why would it be off? Why did I remove Ødegaard? Basically, it's because there's such a lack of options in defence over the next few. So I thought going double Arsenal defence is a way out of that. It's a solution. But also, Maddison stands a chance of matching Ødegaard's output. You know, Maddison plays in 28, which is good. He doubles in 29. Arsenal don't. So there's a few reasons, really. That was one of the main ones. It sets me up nicely for Game Week 28 as well, because I've got 10 play already, or 11 after making a transfer in 28. Is Estepinian a bad choice? No, he's a great choice. He's a great choice. He's the one that has the attacking threat, playing in left back, bombing down the left. He's had, I think, 5 assists this season. Estepinian's a really good choice. I do wonder if he can play all the games that are coming up, but yeah, if I had to pick between him and Dunk, it would be Estepinian. Same team here. Maddison saves a transfer. Yeah, exactly. Transfers are valuable, and I do like this. This plan allows me to save a transfer. It allows me to bench boost in 27, which we haven't talked about, by the way. So the two standout weeks are bench boost 27 or bench boost 29 if you still got the chip. And the problem with 29, in my opinion, is that it's a month away, or it's about 4 weeks away until game week 29. A lot can happen in the space of 4 weeks, and I said this on a video this week. Like 2 weeks ago, Mahrez looked essential. You know, Nketiah had the best expected goal involvement in the league. Like Mitrovic looked good. Even last game week, we were all tripled up on Liverpool, and things changed so fast in FPL. So what's the landscape going to look like a month from now? And add to that, before game week 29 and after game week 28, there's an international break. So there's so much that could happen over the next 4 weeks. So I just think, even though on paper bench boost 27 might score slightly worse, I think I'd rather take the headache away. But don't get me wrong, if there's no problems and everything goes to plan, then bench boost 29 looks better. Probably not by much, maybe 5 points. So that's my thinking. Do you guys agree with that? Are you bench boost 27 or 29? I think I'm in the minority as well. I just think that everyone's got the same team and plan right now, so I'd like to try something different as well, because I'm nowhere near where I want to be, so it feels like a little opportunity, so I'm going to go with it. But yeah, I think I'm in a minority. Reading the chat, I'm the only one. You're all on 29. Okay, just me then. Edward says Salah to Martinelli and Captain Martinelli for a -4. No, I don't think I'd sell Salah to Martinelli for a -4. If you've got any other Arsenal mids, I would captain them. It's not worth a -4 to captain Martinelli, in my opinion. You surely have Saka or Odegaard, in which case I'd captain then, or if you don't have either of those, I would captain Haaland. Let's do a captain poll, actually. I'm interested to know who your captain is. Who's your captain for game week 26? So, what are the main options? It's Haaland, Saka, and then who? Odegaard? Kane? Rashford? Get your votes in. Who's your captain? Put Kane in there. Oh, I've put Rashford. I guess vote other. I mean, there's quite a few others there, like Odegaard, Martinelli, Kane. Any update on Maddison fitness, asks John. Yeah, Roger said that he should be fine. I was looking at the training photos actually just before I went live, and he's been in training. It was illness, by the way. I know he's had some injuries, but it was illness, the reason he was out. So yeah, I think I'll take the chance on him. I'm going to start him. I'm going to bench Mitoma and start March. Yeah, bench is a nightmare the next few weeks. Don't get me wrong. At least I've got the headache. At least I don't have the headache in game week 27 because I'll bench boost. But game week 29 looks like a nightmare. Whichever week you don't bench boost, just looks horrendous. Mahrez captaincy. That's a bold one. I mean, if we get a leak that he starts, then maybe, but it's a bold one. Is Alvarez starting? Not sure. Well, if we get any leaks, I'll let you guys know what the Man City news is. There's a couple of sources, a couple of people who may share Man City's lineup, or a couple of players like, does Haaland start? Does Mahrez start? Does Ake start? Or Laporte? Does Alvarez start? So if we get anything, I'll let you know. Ali says league check. Alright, let's have a look at the league. If anyone's not in the fplfocal mini league, link below for that. Let's see who's top. It's Anton Moncari. He is 75th overall. Toby second, 253rd. Tom 270th. Yeah, 307th. Oh, there's Christian. He's still up there. That's good to see. I still talk to Christian. I don't know if any of you saw the video, but he was number 1 for a while. A while back in the season here. And I had him on my channel for an interview when he was #1 in the world. And he still messages me, and he's watches my videos. So that's cool. We stayed in touch. Right, captain poll results. Let's see. Who is your captain for Gameweek 26? 68% are on Saka. That's a lot higher than I expected. 68%. 19% Haaland. 4% Rashford and 8% other. Didn't expect that. Who is Miss Focal? It's my girlfriend. We met last summer, and I'm taking her to the Arsenal game today. She's a Chelsea fan, by the way, so I respect that a lot. But yeah, we're going to the Bournemouth game today. Got offered some free tickets, so couldn't say no. Isn't Bumo starting? Yeah, he should start, yeah. I'd be incredibly surprised. I think only an injury would rule him out of starting. Is Chilwell a good punt? It's not a bad punt. It's not a bad punt. I did look at him, but I'm just not convinced by Chelsea defence. Does Cucurella get a game at some point? He's not a bad shout, but yeah, as far as punts, it's fine, but it is a bit punty. But yeah, I did look at him. I don't know, they're missing Thiago Silva, they're missing Reece James, they're missing Azpilicueta. Make a poll for bench boost, 29 or 27. Alright. If you are bench boosting, which week? Oh no, which week do you plan to bench boost? I'll add other as well. Should I add other? And used it already? No, I'll take out used it already because we're just interested in those that are actually doing it. There we go. ABC, thanks for the super chat. He says, good luck. I haven't wildcarded. Most people will have the same teams. Wish a bit of luck. Brighton and Tony won't score. I do have Raya, me, and Estepinian this game week. Okay, yeah, I don't blame you for not wildcarding. You're quite well set up. If you've got the double Brentford defence, you've got Estepinian. Yeah, the wildcard's very team dependent. Don't use it for the sake of it. You know, if you're in the same situation as ABC, he's got a couple of Brentford, Brighton. If you've got Kane, for example, then it looks manageable to get through the next few weeks. The reason I pulled the trigger personally was because I had Nketiah, he was at doubt. I had triple Liverpool against Man United, which I didn't feel great about. I had other headaches in my team like Akanji. So it just made sense for me to pull the trigger because I didn't have a good way to get through the next few weeks. Start Kepa or Raya? I'd start Kepa. I think I've got the clean sheet odds here. Let's have a look at those. These are always handy when you've got those kind of headaches in your team or if you've got two defenders to choose from. Chelsea 42% chance of a clean sheet. Who was the other one? Was it Raya? Raya's not far behind, to be fair. 36% chance. Arsenal top, 54.5% chance. So I'm going to take two Arsenal defenders into this game week, and yeah, I'm happy that they're at the top of the clean sheet odds. So we'll have to see what happens, but I think it's being overlooked. Double Arsenal defence. Is Maddison confirmed fit? He's not confirmed 100%. He's back in training. Roger said that he should be fine, so I'm taking a chance on it. I like the Southampton fixture. But as I say, if we do get any leaks or news on Maddison, like he's benched or something like that, and then I'll let you guys know, and I'll be benching him for Mitoma. João Felix hat-trick and come in. I mean, that'd be nice for those that own him. Massive differential. I just think right now there's so many other forwards that you'd rather have ahead of him. Kane, Tony, Haaland, Watkins. Maybe even Iheanacho. I think I'd have all of those over him, to be honest, over Felix. Captain Kane or not? Kane captain's fine. Not a bad fixture at all against Wolves. In my opinion, Saka and Haaland are better. But Kane's fine, yeah. There's lots of good options this week. Odegaard's good, Martinelli's good, Kane's good. Haaland, Saka are all good options. Maybe Rashford. Do you have more than one FPL account? No, I don't. Isn't that against the rules to have more than one? Might get in trouble. It's not worth the risk. But yeah, it's a shame because I think it'd be fun to do, you know, something like a set and forget league where you have to build a team in Gameweek 1 and you can't touch it for the entire season. Something fun like that would be good, but you know, technically the rules are one team, so it's not worth going there. But yeah, if you could have more than one team, there's loads of stuff you could do there. Don't do Maddison, bro. He's made of glass. I mean, he has been a bit injury prone, but he only missed the Arsenal game for illness, I believe. I think it's just illness. I'll just look at the next upcoming fixtures. Southampton's good. Chelsea's not great, but you never know with Chelsea. He plays in 28 and he has a really nice double in 29. If he can make it through the next 5 games, he's a huge option to have. Massive differential, and I need the differentials at this point. Barnes is clear. Do you think so? It is close. Yeah, Barnes is more reliable for starts. Don't get me wrong. But Maddison's just so pivotal. Everything goes through him. He's such a huge miss. You know, when he's out of the team, they really do struggle. I mean, look at this. These 4 games here, all losses, including Fulham and Forest when he was out. Yeah, and he's back. Draw, win, lost to Man United, and he wasn't in the Arsenal game. As a Spurs fan, do you ever see us winning a trophy anytime soon? Because I'm out here suffering. By the way, I already used my bench boost. I assume you mean you're a Spurs fan. I'm Arsenal. I mean, you'd think so, but I don't know. You guys are on such a long trophy drought. It's hard to see the end of the tunnel, isn't it? I mean, it looked like you were going to win one under Mourinho, and then obviously Levy sacked him a few days before the final, and then it was Ryan Mason, right? He managed you guys in the final, and then you lost. That was the one. I really thought this is finally it. Like, Spurs are going to win silverware here. I don't know what happened, but yeah, Levy sacked Mourinho. Maybe there was a fallout. Maybe there was also a clause in his contract if they win something. Don't know. Which Spurs defender? I actually like Ben Davies. He made his way into a few of my drafts. The reason being, the last couple of games, Ben Davies has been playing in left wing back, and Perisic has basically been benched. And he's been playing really well. He's even had a couple of attacking returns in recent weeks. He assisted against West Ham, assisted against Leicester. I mean, his recent returns, 5, 11, 3, 6, 7, 4 wins and 5. So yeah, I did look at Davies, and he is a bench boost option in Gameweek 27 for those that are doing that. So I think Davies, honestly, playing further forward, left wing back. Don't know about Emerson because they've got Porro. How you doing, John? You're a Motherwell fan. Are you Scottish? I bet he says, are you set on bench boost 27, mate? I'm set on it, yeah. I'm set on it. If there's any problems, then I'll just take it over to 29 instead. It is flexible. It is a flexible team as well in that respect. But yeah, the plan is 27. How about Burn? Yeah, Burn and Botman, I would say they're about on par. There's nothing to separate them. I went for Botman because over the season, his underlying numbers are very slightly better, but there's nothing in it really. Right, which week do you plan to bench boost was the poll. 76% Game Week 29, 12% Game Week 27, and 12% other. So this to me says two things, right? One, it's a massive opportunity for me if 27 does outperform 29, because absolutely everyone's looking at 29. Very few are looking at 27. And obviously some are looking at other, 12%. So I just think there's an opportunity there. For those that tune in late, the reason I'm considering 27 is because Game Week 29 is a month away, which is such a long time. You know, there's 4 game weeks, including double game weeks. There's an international break. So much can happen over the space of a month. So I'd rather just get out of the way, take the security of Bench Boost 27, and then hope that there's a few headaches for those that are Bench Boosting 29. When is the best time to triple captain if you haven't used a chip? It depends on your chip strategy. Probably Rashford in Game Week 29. Or maybe, I think City will have a double game week later in the season, so probably Haaland. You could wait. Let me just check this again. These are the projected game weeks from Mikhail Tokvam. So yeah, actually, to be fair, he's got City to double in 34 and 37. So yeah, you could go Rashford 29, or you could just hold on until game week 34 or 37. Small Sushi Man says, why Henry over me? Is it because of possible assist returns? Yeah, his expected goal involvement is actually better than me's. I'm just not sure that me justifies the extra 0.5 mil. If it was like 0.2 mil difference, then yeah, I'd consider me. But I just think for 0.5 mil, there's not much between them. And Henry's actually got the higher expected goal involvement. Obviously, Ben Mee has that goal threat on set pieces. You know, if a corner or free kick finds him. But yeah, I think for 0.5 mil less, I'll take Henry. Bank the money. What are your transfers plans till Game Week 29? So, Game Week 27, I'll roll the transfer and I'll bench boost. Game Week 28, this sounds crazy, but I'll probably sell Haaland for Watkins, who plays home to Bournemouth. That gets me 11 players in Game Week 28. And in Game Week 29, I'll probably do something like Saka or one of the Brighton mids to Fernandes, and one of the Arsenal defenders to Shaw. And then in Game Week 30, I'll go Tony to Haaland. Have you locked in your team? Yeah, I'm locked in. That's my team. When is the next blank game week? Game week 28. You can see here under my players. This is a browser add-on, by the way, called FPL Tools, which I like because it gives you a few little extra features on top of what FPL has, like the fixtures under players. And you can see the black boxes on the players where there's no fixture. How are we doing, AMC? You're a Leicester fan, AMC. Does Maddison start today? Zena says, why March over McAllister? Yeah, March, McAllister and Mitoma are all really, really close. Obviously, as we know, McAllister's been playing further forward, a number 10 role in recent weeks. He's on some set pieces. He's expected to be on penalties. I just wonder, I've read some Brighton fan opinions that there's a chance he could end up being brought further back. They've got Sarmiento, who could end up playing further advanced, and McAllister drops back. Whereas with March and Mitoma, you know you're getting two wingers, two attacking players that won't be dropping back or moved around. No, I haven't updated my rankings. I forgot to do it. I mean, it's not much different, to be honest, to what it is now. Yeah, I didn't get 59 last week. I'm keeping an eye out in case we get any leaks on Man City. I think the main ones you guys are wondering about is, does Haaland start? Does Mahrez start? Probably a few Ake owners in the chat. Maybe Alvarez, I don't know. So anything we get, I'll let you guys know. I spoke to a couple of people who said they stand a chance of getting some pre-deadline news. So anything we get, I'll let you know. How we doing, Marby? Hope you're well. No, I haven't tweeted my team yet. Should I do that now? Should I tweet my team? Let's have a look at the scout selection first, because it's an interesting team this week. This is the team they've gone for. They've been smashing it, by the way, in recent weeks. I don't know if you guys followed the scout last season, but they used to be absolutely garbage. They'd pick teams that didn't make much sense, or a few players that didn't make much sense, and they would often do terribly, even though they get unlimited transfers every week. But they've been doing really well. I think they've scored 100 plus in 2 of the last 3 weeks. Anyway, they've got Kepa in goal, back 3 of Gabriel, me, and Emerson Royale. Midfield is Saka, Mahrez, Rashford and Mitoma. Front 3 of Haaland, captain, Kane and Tony. What do you guys think? It's a good team, isn't it? I think it's a good team. March or Mitoma, who to start? I prefer March. His underlying numbers are better. But yeah, they're both very close. I prefer March. No, I don't know which defenders Ben Krellin's got. I think he was in the same line of thinking as me, actually, in terms of bench boost in Gameweek 27. I was talking to him a little bit last night, and I think he's looking at a very similar team to this. I think he might be on Ward-Prowse instead of Maddison for that double game week in 27. I think it's close though, because Maddison you hold all the way till 29. Ward-Prowse you'd want to sell. Kings of the Game Week predictions. Yeah, let's do that. Get your guesses in the chat. Who's going to be the top scorer of this game week? It was Martinelli last game week. I think it was the biggest score of the season. 26 points for Martinelli last game week. Get your guesses in. Who's going to be the top scorer this week? So that was the 7th Arsenal player this season, which is by far the most. Biggest score of the season as well for Martinelli. 26. Who do you think it's going to be? Mahrez, Felix, Zinchenko madness, Darwizzi, Haaland, Iheanacho, Saka, Darwin, Ben White, another Arsenal player, Kane. I'll go Zinchenko since I own him. How about that? A nice Zinchenko goal, clean sheet, free bonus. Not very likely. John says poll. What do you want me to poll? What else is there to poll? Should we, what about a captain poll? No, we did that. A wildcard poll. Is your wildcard active? Yes. No. Already used. Get your votes in. Is your wildcard active? Yes, no, or already used it? We'll do another captain poll closer to the deadline and get up-to-date results. Adam says I'm a poll addict. You and John both poll addicts. We do love a poll here. The polls are good. It's good to get like collective thoughts so close to the deadline. You know, kind of like the freshest groupthink possible. Akil says, what do you think of Ødegaard captain? I love it. I think Ødegaard captain's fine. You can't go wrong with any of the Arsenal mids. Martinelli's fine, Saka's fine, Ødegaard's fine. Maybe Trossard even, but I don't think he's in many teams. But yeah, Ødegaard's captain's absolutely fine. I wonder if I can find it while we're live. There's a website, Fantasy Nutmeg, and they track double-digit hauls. I've got it here, actually. Here we go. Check this out. So this is double-digit hauls this season. Haaland has 7. Rashford and Ødegaard are second with 6 each. And then you have to go way down to find Saka. I have to do a Control F even. I think he's on 2 and 1. Is that right? In a game, not a game week. Yeah, it must be. Did he not get one last week? He might be on 2 now. You got 12 there, 15 there. Yeah, he's on 2 now. But yeah, 2 versus 6. So yeah, Ødegaard's fine. Arguably more explosive, but less consistent. AMC says Maddison is starting today, I think. Mad. I hope so. I'm starting him for that game. Let me just mute my mic for a sec. I've been battling a bit of a cold this week. I'm actually going to have a Halls suite. You can't go wrong with a Halls to sort you out. Hopefully you can't hear it. Ake's starting today. I'm not sure. I read that Laporte's back, so there's a chance Laporte starts. I'll keep an eye out for any news or leaks we get. I imagine we'll get something closer to the deadline. We've still got just under an hour till the deadline, so anything we get, I'll relay to you guys. I know, it's crazy. I don't normally get ill much, but I've been so ill. Not so ill. Like mild illness, but like several times. Have any of you not had it? Have you guys been sick like a couple of times or just once? Chelsea confirmed Reece James is unavailable for today's game. There it is. He was a doubt, but confirmed he's out for today's game. In case any of you were looking at him or had him in your team. I'll just pull up the tweet. From Sam C345. Chelsea confirmed Reece James is unavailable, so no James. So I know he was in a few wildcard drafts, but sell. Do not have. You're a sick boy, focal. Everyone is ill. Currently suffering. Charlie has it. OK's had it. Can you hear the suite? Focal ASMR. Peace Pames is finito. Bloody hell. What's your plan in Gameweek 28? I'll probably go Haaland to Watkins and roll the second transfer, and then I'll use both transfers in Gameweek 29. Probably March or Matoma to Fernandes, and then one of the Arsenal defenders to Shaw. Right, is your wildcard active? 66% yes, 28% no, 6% already used. Interesting. A lot of wildcards active on this stream anyway. More than I expected. I think overall it's going to be significantly less, but yeah, interesting. It does feel like an opportunity. If your team's pretty in bad shape, you know, especially from last game week, the blank and double, then it feels like an opportunity to refresh your team, target the doubles in 27 and 29, and the blank in 28. Tom says you look pale again, get more sleep. I know. I woke up about 7 this morning. Not even that, like 6:30. And I thought I could go back to sleep, or I could just try and figure out what the hell I'm doing with this wild card. Yeah, I'm a bit all over the place. I'm fine, to be honest, but just a little bit tired. Reece James is feeling a bit of tightness, which is sometimes understandable coming back from injury. We have been assessing him this week and feel it's too soon for the game today. Thanks for the super chat, Jay. He says, hey mate, I'm wildcarding. Is it worth getting in Martinelli over March for this game week, and then get March back in for Martinelli next week? Get well soon, bud. Yeah, I don't mind that, but I just don't like the booking in transfers, to be honest, after a wildcard. Transfers are so valuable that I'm not really a big fan of going Martinelli this week and then booking in a transfer straight away to get March. I just think you may as well just have March. Personally, I'm just against booking in transfers after a wildcard. Transfers are so valuable. You get a limited number every season. You get the same number every season, so I just don't like the idea of booking in transfers. It is tough though, because Martinelli could do well today, so I understand it. It's not something I'd personally do. I would just have a way to have them both. Like in my case, I'm on a wild card as well, and I could have Saka, Odegaard, or Martinelli, and I still have 2 Brighton mids. I don't know what your team looks like, but you've got Rashford, I assume. I think it's possible to fit them all in fine. I don't think I'd book in the transfer. Don Fan says the clean sheet odds. Clean sheet odds. Here they are. Keep your questions coming in. I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream so far. If you have, please drop it a like. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Can you hear crunch, crunch, crunch? Can you hear it? Is it that loud? Sorry. Hopefully it's not too overbearing. Was there a captain poll? There was. We'll do another one. We'll do another one in a bit closer to the deadline. We did one right at the start, so we'll do one more. I've got a poll idea actually. How many chips do you have left? How many chips do you have left, excluding if chip active this week? So, is 5 possible? Or is it 1, 2, 3, and 4? So if your wildcard's active this week, don't count it as a chip that you've got left. So in my case, I've got the free hit and bench boost, and my answer would be 2. Oh, you know what? I probably should have had 0 as an option. Has anyone used all their chips yet? FPL Junkie says, not on a wildcard. Option 1, Nketiah and Trent to Tony and Henry. Or option 2, Nketiah and Mahrez to Tony and Matoma for a -4. It depends if we get any news that Mahrez starts or not. I wouldn't want to sell Mahrez. Either if we know he starts or if we don't know. Seems like a massive risk. It could backfire. If you can, I'd stick around to see if we get any Man City leaks and then go from there. I prefer the first option. Option 1. If we don't get any news, option 1. If we get news that Mahrez is benched, option 2, basically. Is 4 chips even possible? It is, isn't it? Wildcard? Yeah, you could have 4. Mukesh says, is your plan to bench boost Gameweek 27? It is, yeah. I'll bench boost 27. Let's share a screenshot of my team on Twitter. Let's get that out of the way. Gameweek 27. Wildcard active. Sticking to the plan. I think that's it. Gameweek 27. Wildcard active. Sticking to the plan. Bench boost 27. Yeah, good. If anyone's not following me, by the way, it's fplfocal on Twitter and on Instagram. Give me a follow there. Right. How many chips do you have left? 16% have got 1. 51% have got 2. 27% have got 3. 6% still got 4. Interesting. 20, what did I put? 26? Did I put the wrong game week? No, did I? Hang on. What did I put? 27? For fuck's sake. Delete that. Let's do it again. I've lost the screenshot now. Thank you for letting me know. Let's do it again. Gameweek 20. Alright, Gameweek 26. Sticking to the plan. Paste. There we go. Right. It's Gameweek 26. Good health upon all, says, God bless you all with good health. Maybe get a blood test done. You may need vitamin supplements to keep healthy. I've even bought Barocas recently though. I've been taking those. in a glass of water, and it's meant to have all the vitamins you need. I think I've just been unlucky. My mum had it. She was sick. Not like really sick, but she had whatever I've got now. And then I went round there, and then I got it. So I think I just got it from her. I think I've just been hanging out with sick people. So Habit says, best combo of 2 Brighton mids out of the 3. In my opinion, it's March and Mitoma, which is why I've got those 2. March and Mitoma. What do you guys think? Which combination? Vitamin D. Vitamin D, I've got that as well. I've literally got all the vitamins. I think it's just I was unlucky with virus. Vitamin D. I'll take one now. Vitamin D stream. Night Sharbel, thanks for making it. No team news yet. Let me double check if we've had anything come through. I don't think we have yet. I imagine we'll get Man City news before the deadline. There's a couple of people who could come through, so anything we get, I'll relay to you. Vitamin D is useless in this form. Is that true? Is that actually true? Is Maddison available? Yeah, he's available. Do you know what it probably is? Now that I do FPL YouTube full time, I'm in my man cave here. I'm not out there building up my immune system in the real world. Maybe it's that. The second I go out into the real world, I get hit with viruses and my body's like, I don't even know how to deal with all this. Vitamin D like that is pointless. Oh, is that true? I've been taking this every day for like months now. That's a bit disappointing. Sorry, Novus. Let me go up. Tatenda says sell Haaland and bring him back in Gameweek 30. Thoughts? I don't hate it at all. I don't hate it. I just think I can get away with having him for the next 2 and then sell him in 28. I'll probably sell him in 28 for Watkins, and that gives me 11 players, so I'm happy with that. I believe it says thoughts on bringing in Watkins either Gameweek 20 at 29. Yeah, I like it. That's my plan as well. Haaland to Watkins in 28. Thanks for the 5 months, Novus. Novus says, hi, sure we'll start. Haaland captain. What about Mitro? So, I've closed the tab now, but Ten Hag said that Shaw is expected to be back and available for the Liverpool game, basically. I think it was this here. Jadon Sancho and Luke Shaw are expected back for the Liverpool game. So as far as Luke Shaw, should be fine. The other question was Haaland captain. What about Mitro? Mitro's fine. He's back and available. Haaland captain. I think captaincy is very close this week. This is FPL Review's projections, and they've actually got Saka slightly ahead. I think it's very close. I think it's very close. What's likelier? Arsenal to score a few or City to score a few against Newcastle? It is really close. I just think I'm going to go for Saka. I'm going to be at the game. I've got to back it while I'm at the game, haven't I? His effective ownership will probably be over 100% as well. As will Haaland's. Is Cher out? I don't know if he's actually out. He wasn't seen in training, that's all I can say. He wasn't seen in training, but yeah, I don't know if he's out. I'm just going to go with Botman. I think Burns fine as well. Cher obviously has the attacking threat. I suppose you could go Cher and bench him this week anyway, so it's not the end of the world. FPL Link says, hopefully you don't have COVID like me. Definitely a spike in the UK at the moment. Good luck with the wildcard too. Thanks, mate. Sorry to hear you got COVID. That sucks. Yeah, have you streamed recently? I'm just thinking, I haven't seen you live for a while. If anyone isn't aware of FPL Link's channel, you did stream last game week, didn't you? Check out FPL Link. He's got a really nice channel. He just started doing videos this season, I believe. But yeah, get well soon, mate. March or Matoma. If I had to pick one, March. Yeah, lots of questions about March and Mitoma. Obviously, I'm starting March, so that answers that. Max Wober is past fit to start against Chelsea today. Big boost for Leeds United. Oblivious says, thoughts on 2 Arsenal attack versus 2 Arsenal defence and why? So, the problem with the wildcard is there's a massive lack of defenders, depending on how you plan to tackle the next few game weeks. If you plan to bench boost 29, it's okay, but in my case, it made sense to double up an Arsenal defence because I could bring in Maddison, who has a fixture in 28. I'm trying to remember all the permutations now. I've been thinking about it since like 6:30 this morning. I've literally lost my brain. Basically, for bench boost 27, Arsenal defence made slightly more sense. I can't remember. I can't remember why I did it now. It made sense. It made sense in my team. Can you tell my brain's fried? I've been up since 6:30, like working out my wildcard. It made sense basically if you plan to bench boost 27. If you plan to bench boost 29, then double Arsenal mid makes more sense. Attack. Saka and Ødegaard probably would be my 2. I think Martinelli's good as well, but hard to say what happens if Nketiah is fine and when Jesus is back in the next week or 2. So that was the thinking basically. Because what's your defence if you don't go double Arsenal defence? Like Estepinian, Henry, and an Arsenal defender. It is a bit of a risk, but everyone's planning to bench boost 29. So I just think I'll go for the safer 27 and gamble that a lot could happen over the next month. There's an international break, there's like 4 game weeks, there's loads that could happen. I'm definitely not getting Ødegaard. I did consider the Davies punt, I did consider it. Patrick says, start McAllister on March, Ødegaard on Martinelli. So, I think March, personally. I think McAllister's good, Mitoma's good, they're all good. My favourite is March and Mitoma. Ødegaard or Martinelli, I would say Ødegaard. But yeah, it's so close between all these mids. It really, it feels like one of those where it's a coin toss. Like, if I tell you March and he scores and McAllister blanks, it looks like such a great shout. But in honesty, it's that close that it's just luck more than anything, and you could flip a coin. Same goes with Ødegaard and Martinelli. I think longer term, Ødegaard just makes sense. As I said, Nketiah may or may not be fit for today's game. Hard to say what happens to Martinelli if he does start. Maybe Trossard comes in at some point. You know, we've seen that kind of rotation in recent weeks. Jesus is not far back. I just think Ødegaard's safer and arguably the better asset anyway. Luke says he's dropped Haaland to Watkins early and kept Ward on the wildcard. I don't hate it, Luke, to be fair. I did look at it and I don't hate it. Because you can set yourself up really nicely for the next few weeks. Watkins is absolutely firing. He's actually in better form than Haaland. And Watkins obviously has Bournemouth in Gameweek 28, which is nice. Yeah, I don't hate it at all. Ward could be really useful as well if you plan to bench boost in 29. I love that Leicester double game week, Palace and Villa. You could even start him in 30 as well, home to Bournemouth. Gabriel or Zinchenko. If I had to pick between the 2, Gabriel. It is close though. Again, it feels like although there is a clear wildcard template, there's a lot of picks that are quite 50-50. Gabriel or Zinchenko. You know, Henry, me or Pinnock. March, Mitoma, McAllister. There's lots of tight calls like that. Same with the Arsenal mids, Saka, Martinelli, Ødegaard. Right, how long we got? About half an hour till the deadline. Keep your questions coming. If you've enjoyed the stream so far, hit like on it. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I make FPL content every week and live stream every deadline, so thanks for all the support. ABC says, start Trippier or Barnes from -4. I want him anyway. Yeah, if you want him anyway, I don't mind that. I don't mind Barnes from -4. Assuming you're not going to wildcard, you need to set yourself up anyway. I'm backing Newcastle to concede. Obviously, Trippier can get an attacking return, but I'm backing Newcastle to concede, so I don't mind Barnes at all. Yeah, he is a good pick, very under the radar. It's close between Maddison and Barnes. Ross Wheeler says, I'm so stuck on Maddison and Martinelli. I mean, Maddison, Martinelli, Ødegaard, there's so many close options there. I like Maddison because it lets me stay tripled up on Arsenal. Double defence, which is a bit differential. Maddison or Martinelli, if I had to pick between the two, I think I would say Maddison just about. Because he's got the double in 29, whereas Arsenal don't. But I would want to be tripled up on Arsenal, so that's assuming that you can get someone else to triple up. Any City news? Yeah, not yet. I imagine it'll come within the final 15 minutes before the deadline. I guess the main questions you guys... What do you guys want to know about City? Does Haaland start? Does Mahrez start? Iheanacho or March? I'd say March. You want Mahrez news? I've asked one person about Mahrez, so we'll have to see. The other one you probably know is leaked lineups on Instagram. Team News and Ticks on Twitter. He said there's a fair chance he gets some early news as well. So there's 2 potential places that will get some early Man City news. Me or Estepinian start? I would say Estepinian. Oh yeah, De Bruyne as well. Yeah, okay. Hopefully we'll get something on De Bruyne as well. Craig says, do you think double up and Villa defence is good? Palace struggling for goals. Nah, it seems a bit much to go triple up. Sorry, double up. In fact, I think over the last 6 game weeks, Villa are actually worse in the league for expected goals conceded. I was looking at this just before I went live. Yeah, look, check this out. This is from Fantasy Football Scout in the members area. If anyone wants to become a member on Fantasy Football Scout, by the way, my affiliate link's below. All my tables I've made public there. But yeah, over the last 6 game weeks, Villa are actually worse in the league for expected goals conceded. So, no, I absolutely wouldn't double up. Luke says, is it worth switching Ødegaard for Martinelli on a wild card? Now, if I was on a wild card, I would have Ødegaard personally. Again, it is really tight between them. Like I said earlier, if I say Ødegaard and Ødegaard outscores Martinelli, it's not suddenly a great shout. It was really close. It was always a close shout. And vice versa. If I say Ødegaard and Martinelli does something, it doesn't mean it was like a terrible suggestion. I think Ødegaard's better. Like I said, Nketiah has a chance of making the 11. I imagine he'll be benched regardless, even if he's fit. But there's just a few question marks there. Does he start a game next week? What happens with Trossard? What happens when Jesus is back? Ødegaard's just safe. Jack says, I just saw an article saying Haaland might not play. Really? I mean, again, that's massive. If we find out that he doesn't start, then the first thing I'm doing is I'm starting Mitoma over Haaland. So, let's see if we get any news anyway. And I will mention very early now, we're half an hour away till the deadline. Take what you see in chat with a pinch of salt. If we get anything reliable, I'll share it with you guys. Clean sheet odds. All right, clean sheet odds are as follows. Henry or me? I prefer Henry. That's why I've got him. I've got 2 mil in the bank, but I still want Henry. I think there's very little between them. Ah, Team News and Ticks says he might have something coming. Let's have a look. Bear with. It might be closer to a deadline or it might be now. Let's see. Alright, we'll keep an eye out. He's not posted anything yet. Max, thank you for the 15 months. I'm pretty sure, by the way, Max, you're the longest standing member, so thank you so much for that. He says, sorry if I missed, but why do you no longer have McAllister? And what Brighton mid would you start above the other two? The reason was, obviously McAllister's been pushed forward into the number 10 role. I think he's a good option. He's on penalties. Based on some fan opinions I've read, there is still a chance that he gets moved back deeper. They've got players like Sarmiento who could move further forward. You know, De Zerbi could tweak the lineup a bit, whereas with March and Mitoma, they're absolutely guaranteed to be playing as wingers. So I just think I'm fine with them. And I think McAllister's the most expensive of the lot. But yeah, it looks like we're going to get some City news. So at 10:45, set an alarm in 12 minutes. Alright, I've told Siri what to do. 12 minutes, we'll have something for you guys on Man City. 10:45, so that's... yeah, 12 minutes from now, we'll have some Man City news. TF McGee says, Focal, what are your predictions for today's games? I reckon the easiest way I can do this, I don't know if you guys know this, but on the Discord, we've got this game where you predict the results every week. And I will show you what my predictions were very quickly. I basically predict all the scores, that's how it works. I'll put it on the screen very quickly, so have a quick look at that. These are my predictions for today's games. If you want to play, by the way, easiest way is to go into the Discord and then look for a channel called Prediction League. And it's got the link to join and so on. But that's my predictions for today's games. Is there any you agree or disagree with there? I'm probably slightly biased with some of them as well, though. I often pick results that I think would suit my FPL team quite nicely. Yeah, if you want to join Discord, it's the link below. I'll chuck a link in chat as well. Hang on. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, we've got something like 11,000 members. It's actually the biggest FPL Discord, which is crazy. So that's the link if you want to join the FPL Focal Discord. 10 minutes and we'll have some Man City news for you guys as well. So that'd be massive. In a way, would you guys like it if we got news that Haaland was benched? In my opinion, that's actually an opportunity if we got news of that. Obviously, he could come off the bench and score. That's happened this season before, but imagine we got news like that. That's quite a big edge. I know you can argue it's unfair and all that, but it's an edge. You'd love it. Yeah. It depends on your bench, though. That's the thing. Especially if we're in a wildcard, it'd be massive news. I'll be very surprised if he's benched, I'll be honest. I think the news that we're likely to catch wind of is, you know, does Mauro start or Foden, that sort of thing. De Bruyne, Ake or not. Get ready for the FPL servers to crash. You know what? I completely forgot about that. Do you remember the infamous site crashes when City kicked off first? For 2 game weeks in a row as well, wasn't it? And the site just couldn't handle it, and it crashed like... it's like 10 minutes before the deadline. John says, Oscar, are you treating your girlfriend to dinner tonight? I am, yeah, we're going to get dinner. Adam in the chat, he says, yeah, I fully expect a crash, to be honest. Adam, how are we doing? Haven't seen you for a while. Shout out to Adam. Tuned into my first ever stream. It was just me and Adam chatting. I love this story. It is a good story. My first ever stream. It was just me and Adam. Adam was the only one who came into the chat, and we talked for literally 3 hours. It was a 3-hour stream, just talking FPL a couple of seasons back. And if I hadn't tuned in, I probably would never have bothered doing another stream. But I enjoyed it so much, I was like, yeah, I'll give this a go again. I'll do another stream. And then I eventually evolved into doing videos. And the rest is history. So it all started with Adam. So, yeah, good to see you, Adam. ABC says, Barnes a lot. Good luck, Oscar and all. Good luck, mate. Yeah, Barnes is a great shout. I like the Barnes shout. Wadham. Yeah. Wadham. Man City news. We should have some Man City news in 8 minutes. Is your girlfriend an FPL fan? No, not really. She's into football, but she's a Chelsea fan. But she doesn't play FPL. But yeah, brownie points for coming along to an Arsenal game with me today, despite being a Chelsea fan. BW says, what's your plan for goalkeepers in Gameweek 29 if you bench boost in 27? I start Sanchez and just bench Raya. Obviously, I'm benching a bench boost keeper, but it is what it is. That's the price you pay. No, I haven't actually made an F1 fantasy team this season. I did last season, but I didn't get around to it this one. Who's your favourite team? Are Red Bull smashing it again? Didn't they come second and third, the podium, but it was... what's his name? I've forgotten his name now. I did see the results, but I've forgotten his name. Aston Martin Essential. The F1 Fantasy deadline is 3 PM. Alright, we'll do another deadline stream for F1 Fantasy. No, I think most of the chat don't care about that. Yeah, it was Alonso, that was it. Must have had the race of his life. What's your highest live audience? I think that infamous site crash a couple of months ago, it was like 7,000-8,000. Because everyone wanted to know if Haaland started or not, because he was a doubt. And they had the first kickoff, so it was like a massive one. And there was still like massive interest in FPL. They had the first kickoff of the game week. I'm going to have another hauls. Sorry, chat. More FPL ASMR. Amy Pan says, Estepinian Davies, Kepa Sanchez, March Maddison, one from each. Estepinian, Kepa, and March. If you can get through Gameweek 28, otherwise Maddison. I'm eating a Hall sweet. I've had a bit of a sore throat all week. These. They don't taste good, but they're supposed to be good for your throat when you've got a bit of a cold. I think I've just been saying, welcome back for another video, too many times. Haaland captain or Martinelli? Between those two, I'd say Haaland. Hall's a throat goat. Tarkowski or Trippier? Tarkowski. He did it, he said the line. That was a line. I was thinking, on April Fools, 1st April next month, I was thinking of saying something else at the start of a video. Not a very good prank, but... What should I say instead if I don't say it? Just something like... I think it would throw you all off, wouldn't it? If I was like, welcome back to some more content on my YouTube channel today. It would just sound so wrong. It felt wrong saying it. Right. Just a few minutes and we should have some Man City news for you guys. Very exciting. Welcome to my last video. That's quite depressing. There's some dark undertones on that. Welcome to my last video. Welcome back for another rant. Say it in another language. Welcome back to me talking FPL. Oh, that sounds horrible. Welcome back to FPL Raptor. I've actually messaged him on WhatsApp recently, and I said I need to get a recording of him saying it or something like that. Maybe we'll do something on each other's channel. Imagine Haaland dropped. I mean, that'd be massive. We were talking about it just now, and I wouldn't mind it, to be honest. I wouldn't mind it. I'll just start Matoma. Right, we said we were going to do a captain poll nearer the deadline, so let's do that. That should give us a few minutes up until we get the Man City news in a few minutes. Be interesting to see it before and after, if there is any Haaland news. Who would the other option be? Rashford and other. Right. Chris says bench one of Trippier, Ake or Tarkowski. Bench one Darwin, Ferguson or Gakpo. I would bench. I would wait a few minutes and see what the Man City news is. If we get news that Ake starts, then I would start him. Bench Trippier. If we don't get news, then start Trippier. Bench Ake. Bench one of Darwin, Ferguson or Gakpo. What's Ferguson's minutes been like? Is he back in the 11 now? Or is it Welbeck as well? I don't know. It depends if Ferguson starts. I don't know if he does or not. Seems like a bit of a coin toss. I'd probably bench Gakpo. BW123 says, do you think Davies is the best single game player 26 to 29? Best single game player, yeah. But you know, there's players like Henry and me that play in all the fixtures and they've got 2 doubles. So it just depends what you mean. But yeah, Davies would be my one, yeah. Kelzang says, careful, I lost a free hit in some game. But trying to fix my team last minute when the app crashed. Barnes Hall, incoming, smash it, Focal. Come on, you Gunners. Come on, you Gunners. Right, 1 minute, and hopefully we'll have some Man City news for you guys. Here it is. He loves a little video as well, so let's see what the video is. Can you hear it or not? No.
Motherfucker.
Mahrez benched. Mahrez benched. Oh, is that it? That's the only news. Oh, hopefully, I was hoping he'd have more than that. Alright, let me message the other guy and see if there's anything else. Mahrez is benched. So it's probably Foden that starts. Right, let's keep an eye out, see if there's anything else. Yeah, that was a bit underwhelming, wasn't it? I wanted to know about Haaland or something like that. Let me message him. So there you go. Those of you that own Mahrez, he doesn't start. So if you've got Mahrez, get rid or bench him. Fowlsy is the other guy. I don't know if he's tuned into this stream. Fowlesy. He asked about Haaland and Ake. Oh, what? Team News and Ticks has just messaged me. He said the whole video didn't upload. He doesn't think Foden starts either. No Foden or Mahrez. That would be classic Pep. Wow. I'll ask about Haaland. I imagine that means Haaland starts, yeah. Foden starts, he says. Haaland starts. Haaland starts. Foden starts. What else did he say? Hopefully he's okay with me saying this. Yeah, Haaland starts. Foden starts. Mahrez doesn't. So yeah, Foden starts, Haaland starts, Mahrez benched. I'm going to keep an eye in case anything else comes through. Right, captain poll. We'll just quickly see how that came out. Who's your captain for Gameweek 26? 20% are on Haaland, 72% Saka, 4% on Rashford and 4% on other. That's surprisingly high on Saka. We do now know that Haaland starts. Jack Milner says Martinelli, Ødegaard, Maddison. I don't know who to get. It really depends on how the rest of your team looks. I like Ødegaard the most out of those three. I believe it says Foden versus Maddison for this game week only. For this game week only. Foden. If you want a 1 week punt, Foden. Site crash. Is the site crashed again? Hopefully I'm... no, it's alright for me. No, Mahrez. So yeah, Mahrez benched. Foden starts. Haaland starts. That's all we know currently. Nothing on Ake. I don't know about Ake. Hopefully Gandhi can come through. Hopefully. John says, guys, like. Yeah, John, if you have enjoyed the stream so far, or benefit from the early news, or don't, if you just enjoy the content or the effort that goes into these streams, do hit like on it. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I think we hit 135k during this stream as well, so thank you for that. Another little milestone, so thank you for all your support and for being here so far. We've got 10 minutes. I'll keep an eye out in case we get any other Man City news, but yeah, in case you missed it, Haaland starts, Mahrez doesn't, Foden starts. Harry says, I think an Arsenal triple of Ødegaard, Saka and Martinelli. Triple up. I mean, it's very aggressive, but it just might work. It just might work. But it kind of locks you out of other mids. I prefer a defender and two mids. Or two defenders and a mid. Because you want Rashford. You want a Brighton mid or two. Maybe someone like Maddison. I think it's a bit too limiting. But yeah, it might work. I don't hate it. Team news. So, what I've been sent is that Haaland starts. We know that Mahrez is benched. Foden starts. That's all that I've got. If anything comes through in the last few minutes, maybe like De Bruyne or Ake, I'll let you know. But don't get your hopes up. But you never know. Grealish on March. Yago2 says, thank you, just tune in. Why Sanchez over Kepa? Because I'm going to bench boost in 27. If you're bench boosting in 29, then Kepa makes more sense and you start Kepa. But I'm going to bench boost in 27. For those that missed it, it's for a few reasons. First of all, everyone's got the same bloody team and the same plan. And I genuinely have thought all week that 27 bench boost is viable because Game Week 29 is a month away. So there's like 4 game weeks. Lots of teams have double game weeks. There's an international break. There's so much before we get to 29. And things change fast in FPL. Like last game week, we're all on a triple Liverpool, and immediately the week after that looks wrong. A couple of weeks ago, Mahrez looked essential, and now he's being benched for Foden. And Nketiah had the best underlying stats, and now he's not even in the starting 11. So, like, who knows what's going to happen a month from now? Yeah, Mahrez benched. Foden starts. Haaland starts. Triple at Liverpool never made sense to me. To be fair, it was a bit of an anomaly. It was a blank and double game week, so it actually did make some sense selling players that blank, like Fernandes, for someone who doubles, like Salah. It did make sense. But I'm just saying things change fast, so if you bench boost in 27, then at least you can target the game week up next, rather than an entire month away. Start Rashford or Tony? Rashford. Foden adds massive value to Haaland. Good luck. Is that true? I think they all add value to Haaland. FPL1 says last defender, Perisic, Botman, Diaz or Chelsea one. Diaz, is that Man City's Diaz? Oh, I don't like any of those defenders, to be honest. Botman, you don't want to start him this week. Perisic has been benched for Davies. Diaz is a rotation risk, and Chelsea are just Chelsea. If I had to pick one of those, Diaz. Right, last look at the clean sheet odds for those asking about clean sheets. If you've got a bit of a goalkeeper headache or defender headache, in my case I do have Sanchez and Raya. There's nothing between them, to be honest with you, but I've started Sanchez, and at least it lets me get out of the double up as well. On the chance that Brentford do concede, it's only one clean sheet wiped out rather than two. I might finish top 1 mil. I might. We'll see. We'll see how this wildcard goes. The Man City news. Mahrez benched. Foden starts. And Haaland starts. Mahrez out for who? Best replacements. We'll have a look at the predicted points from FPL Review. Saka, Odegaard, Martinelli, all good options. Salah, I wouldn't go there. Maddison's fine. March, Mitoma, all good options. But yeah, in case you missed it, my wildcard's active. I'm locked in. That's my team. We did a captain poll, and it was Saka who was first, and Haaland second, and then it was other in third, and then Rashford. Why Maddison? Because he's got a nice fixture this week. He doesn't blank in 28, and he has a nice double in 29. And I could even play him in 30 as well against Bournemouth. That's the thinking. Share or Botman? I prefer Botman. I could have afforded Share, but I went Botman. Share does have the attacking threat, but I don't know if he justifies the extra 0.5 mil or whatever he sets you back. Thanks, John. You too. Nothing on Rico Lewis. I don't know if he does start or not. FPL Junkie, thank you for the super chat as well. Appreciate that. Thank you. There's no message with that one, but thank you. I don't think we're going to get anything else before the deadline, but a little bit of news there for you guys anyway. Can we get a poll to ask if you like polls? All right. Get your vote in. We've got a few minutes till the deadline. Final reminder, if you're not part of the fplfocal mini league, there's a link in the description. The league code is there as well, OHQB6D. May as well join with these few minutes that you got left. Get in the mini league. It's not too late. Your points start from the beginning. If you would like to join the Discord, that's there as well, and my other socials as well. 85% like polls. That's good. That's reassuring. FPL Junkie says start Mahrez or Andres Pereira. Based on Mahrez benching, I would say Pereira. Based on that news, Pereira. Yeah, I haven't heard any other Man City news, so that's all we've got. So, as always, take what you see in chat with a pinch of salt, but yeah, I've shared everything that I know. 16% is a disgrace. Yeah, well, it's encouraging that so many like polls. Anything else you want me to poll? We've got a few minutes and then I'm gone. Nothing on Ake, unfortunately. You think Chelsea could score a goal this week? I agree. I imagine... I've read it as well, actually. If Chelsea lose that, Potter's sacked. What do you guys think? Sack Potter if they lose to Leeds at home? What if they draw? Even a draw's not good enough, is it? Mudryk goal. Where's FPL Dare? FPL Dare, he took a year off. I don't know if he'll be back or not. He had a kid. So he said he's taken... he's stepping back from FPL content. Which is a shame, because I really liked him. I used to tune into his streams sometimes and that sort of thing. Because he was in a totally different time zone as well. I used to quite like swinging by his streams. Got to sack him. Sure, over Dallo. Yeah, I agree. Potter out, even if he wins. Yeah, I feel like he needs to go on an unbelievable run of wins now, or he's going to get sacked either way. He's got to be odds-on favourite to be sacked. Anyway. Adam says locked. Andy says locked. Brian says that's the deadline. That's 11 o'clock. We made it. That is the deadline. Thank you all for tuning into the stream. Hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please hit like and subscribe to the channel. Just checking if there's anyone we can raid or not. Let's have a quick look who's live. Is there anyone we can head over to? Who should we raid? The FPL duo. Sam FPL tips. Who's live that we should raid? Ivan, thanks for the 2 months. He says, Oscar, your overall points is wrong. Yeah, I know. I forgot to update it. Yeah, I'm not on 1,445 points. Thank you for that. Thanks everyone who has tuned in. I don't know if there's anyone we can raid. We don't need to raid Andy. He doesn't need our help. The raids are to support the smaller channels. That's the thinking. I can't see if there's anyone to raid though. So maybe not today. Yeah, that's it. I'm off to the Arsenal game today, so I'm looking forward to that. Captain Saka. Enjoy the weekend, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Thanks for all the support. The super chats, just for tuning in. Hope you found the stream valuable. And as I say, enjoy the stream. Focal out.